Jó napot kívánok! Ez a .eu, a Pannon Televízió Európai Uniós magazinműsora. A mai adásban szó lesz a légszennyezésről. Megtudhatják, hogy ki nyerte az idei Lux-díjat, ez az Európai Unió filmes elismerése. Emellett szó lesz arról, hogy mennyire biztonságos hely az Európai Unió, és hogy mikor csatlakozhat hozzá Törökország. Más témáink is vannak, tartsanak velünk! Hiába az intézkedések sora, Európa levegője továbbra is szennyezett, emiatt pedig évente több százezren halnak meg. Vannak már előremutató jelek, de sok még a tennivaló. Megmutatjuk, hogy milyen határértékeket vezetne be az Európai Unió 2030-ra.
From Sofia to Krakow via Paris or London, a fog hangs over Europe. A cloud of pollution that not only spoils the landscape, but has dramatic consequences for people's health, respiratory problems, cardiovascular disease, lung cancer. Europe has already set caps on emissions from road traffic, industry, agriculture and coal-fired power plants, like those used in Poland. But it's not enough. Each year, air pollution causes 400,000 premature deaths in the European Union. As part of the new rules, MEPs have drawn up a list of 5 pollutants they say should be subject to stricter caps by 2030.
I tend to express it in terms of improvement in health outcomes, and the total package across all member states will see by 2030 an improvement in health outcomes of 49.6%. So that's almost half of the problems that we have now eliminated.
Medical procedures, sick days, falling agricultural yields. Aside from the health effects of air pollution, the economic costs are also considerable, amounting to 330 to 940 billion euros per year. The EU's new climate targets now need to be implemented by member states between 2020 and 2030.
Elég biztonságos hely az Európai Unió? Az utóbbi hónapok, évek azt mutatják, hogy nem. Sorra történnek a terrortámadások az európai nagyvárosokban, az emberek pedig félnek. Hogyan próbálja növelni az Európai Unió saját biztonságát, saját védelmét? Most erre keressük a választ.
The European Union is shrouded in uncertainty. Russia, the Middle East, terrorism, immigration, signs some think that suggest EU security should be strengthened. The European Parliament has put the European Defence Union back on the table.
There is crisis around Europe in many places, and unfortunately during last year we also have seen lots of terrorist attacks on our soil. So it means that the main aim is to join our resources also in defence and security of the European Union.
European forces already operate in the Horn of Africa and in the Western Indian Ocean. MEPs propose to establish a headquarters to plan and command more crisis management operations in a move that will see 2% of GDP go to defence. With Trump's unexpected election, some concerns have been raised about international security, the president-elect having questioned on several occasions America's position within NATO. While pointing out the complementarity between NATO and the EU, MEPs also sent a clear message.
Let us not forget that NATO is a collective defence alliance and not a company whose unprofitable branches could be shut down, born from the lessons of 2 world wars and meant to defend and promote the values which brought us together in the EU too.
Hol tartanak Törökország Európai Uniós csatlakozási tárgyalásai? Hogyan hatott a folyamatra az elmúlt időszak pucckísérlete, illetve annak folyamányai? A következő riportunk erről szól.
EU-Turkey relations are at breaking point. Ankara's response to an attempted coup in July, mass arrests, including of journalists and opposition politicians, the blanket dismissal of public servants, has shocked many in Europe. MEPs now call for a temporary freeze of Turkey's EU membership talks.
Instead of continuing the illusion of accession talks with a regime that becomes more and more authoritarian, I think that we are losing credibility to do so.
The talks began in 2005 and have been the EU's main diplomatic lever for reform there. The EU's Foreign Affairs Chief says Europe still needs Turkey on side, given the migration crisis, terrorism and Cyprus reunification talks.
If the accession process came to an end, I believe we would both find ourselves in a lose-lose scenario.
But the Parliament's rapporteur on Turkey is still keeping the door open.
I very much hope that this is a temporary thing, but the key lies in the hands of the government in Turkey in order for these talks to be unfrozen.
A szária vagy sária arabul utat, ösvényt jelent. Emellett léteznek úgynevezett sária bíróságok is, amik az iszlám vallásjogon alapulnak, ilyenek működnek például Nigériában. Ezek a bíróságok nagyon szigorúk, például a kövezés általi kivégzést és a végtagok levágását is a büntetéseik közé sorolhatjuk. Most egy nigériai ügyvédnővel készült interjút láthatnak. Az ügyvédnő azért harcol, hogy Nigériában a férfiak, a nők és a gyerekek esetében egyforma legyen a bánásmód.
Hawa Ibrahim, lawyer from Nigeria, you've defended a great number of cases in the Sharia courts of Nigeria. How difficult is that? Because I think in the West we don't have a perception of how Sharia law works.
The foundation of Islam is peace and justice and fairness. So my understanding of the Sharia is to enhance this foundation of Islam. Okay? 5 new offenses were introduced and 5 new punishments were sort of introduced. And so these are the cases I found myself defending, of women sentenced to die by stoning or children sentenced to have their limbs amputated. And the third component to it, which has to do with the same justice issue, is the component of the human right and the fundamental equality that Sharia provides. And so there is 2 things I want to say here. There is the law and there is the interpretation of the law.
When you defended Shafia Husseini and Amina Lawal, who were both sentenced to be stoned to death for adultery, you managed to get them off on substantive and procedural due process. Now this sounds like you are actually interpreting Sharia in the way that it should be interpreted, and in some cases the prosecutors were not.
We try to work, and we still want to work within Sharia. You may say some people have reported that the justice was the technical justice we got, but it was within the Sharia. Now the theory where we started the sleeping embryo theory, which is one of the ground on which some of them got discharged and acquitted, it is Sharia. It is a school of thought. In Maliki that says a woman can be pregnant for a minimum of 6 months. It may not be scientific, but it's a school of thought that is practiced in the western region of the country, especially in western region of Africa, but more in Nigeria.
You mentioned that it's the interpretation where there is sometimes problems. With that interpretation, as it is interpreted in some of the, I think it's 12 states in Nigeria, isn't it, that apply Sharia to one extent or another, does it come down especially against poor people or women as against the rest of society?
You know, there is that feeling. I have been part of 150 cases, 57 actually, and all my clients share 4 attributes. They are poor, they are powerless, they are voiceless, and they are illiterate. We have not seen so much of the application of Sharia outside those 4 confines. And so that is of concern to anybody that want to see a fair justice in any society. Justice should not only be for a certain group of people and some people escape it. And so yes, you may be right that the interpretation of it seems to be tilted toward the powerless.
It must be quite difficult to defend people because one assumes that in some places, I mean, obviously people support Sharia law because they are Muslims and presumably they want the Sharia law, but it must be hard to defend them and you must come up sometimes against male opposition, shall we say.
I think it's harder on the clients. When you are faced with a sentence of death by stoning, it's harder on you. For me, it is more a privilege, and I always have seen difficulties as opportunities. Yes, we have had issues where the man feels our mouth is too big and we want to take over some few things, but that is not true. It's that the women form 50% of our society. Come on. You want a sustainable development in any society? You need the women. You need to give them their fundamental basic right of freedom and equality and justice. You need to give them security. You need to allow them be. So we are not going outside any confine per se. We are saying for us to have a society where the children of the men and the women will thrive, we need every hands on the deck. And we need the women to be recognized as they have what it takes to help build a society. And that's what we are for.
Hawa Ibrahim, thank you very much indeed.
Absolutely.
Térjünk át vidámabb témára. Átadták az idei Lux-díjat, ami az Európai Unió filmes elismerése. A Toni Erdmann című alkotás kapta. Mielőtt megismernék a rendezőjét, nézzünk meg egy rövid részletet a filmből.
16 éven aluliak számára nem ajánlott.
Ich habe jetzt jemand engagiert als Ersatztochter.
Naja, das ist ja gut. Dann ruft er dich auch zum Geburtstag an und so. Dann mache ich mir da keinen Stress mehr.
Sie sind zu Besuch? Ja, spontane Entscheidung. Ich war noch nie in Rumänien. Ein Geschenk. Das ist eine richtig gute Käsereibe.
Sag mal, wie lange willst du eigentlich bleiben?
I'm Toni Erdmann. I'm Consultant and Coach.
Wow.
Also ich habe zum Beispiel von meinem Vater gelernt, wie man eine Käsereibe benutzt.
Ist das eine spezielle Käsereibe?
I'm Ambassador Erdmann. And this is my secretary, Miss Schluck.
Hello. Hi. Willst du mich fertig machen oder was? Papa, ich rede mit dir.
Wenn es um Ihren Vater geht, da bin ich nicht der Richtige.
Hast du in deinem Leben noch irgendwas vor, außer anderen Leuten ein Furzkissen unterzuschieben?
Ich habe gar kein Furzkissen. I have to arrest you.
So, und jetzt mach's bitte auf.
So. Das ist schon mit dem Schlüssel.
I'm sorry, Bogdan. My father made a stupid joke. We have to solve this problem.
Ez volt tehát a Toni Erdmann című Lux-díjas film rövid ajánlója. Most pedig ismerjék meg a rendezőt, aki elmondja, hogy miért nyúlt az apa-lánya témához, és hogy mit szól a díjhoz.
The winner is Toni Erdmann by Marian Ader.
Oh, it was a very nice experience and very interesting experience to stand there for this little moment. I will definitely never forget that. Yeah, with the Lux Prize it's special because it's already like a prize when you're nominated, because your film is subtitled and it goes out to so many countries, and that's like for a filmmaker already a very big award.
I'm Toni Erdmann. I'm consultant and coach.
Wow. I'm a political person, but I don't think that I do like political films. I hope that they raise some questions later, and in my film definitely tells something about the globalized world we live in. I think it's always important to leave something open, and with Toni Erdmann it was really, I focused very much also on the personal story of the two characters.
Willst du mich fertig machen oder was? Papa, ich rede mit dir.
Wenn es um Ihren Vater geht, da bin ich nicht der Richtige.
It started with the wish to make a comedy or maybe make a film about humor, and while shooting, it became more and more melancholic, I had the feeling. Because the thing is, the father plays a comedy for his daughter, but he's doing it out of desperation.
I have to arrest you.
So, und jetzt mach's bitte auf.
They have definitely two very different systems of values. The father is, for me, very typical German character that belonged to the post-war generation in Germany that was very political and raised their children with a lot of human values, hoping that something like the Nationalsozialismus will never happen again. And so it's a bit hard for him to see what she's doing now. In a way, he lost her to that globalized world that he once believed in.
Öt éve működik az Európai Parlament látogatóközpontja, az úgynevezett parlamentárium. Ha valaki Brüsszelben jár, akkor feltétlenül nézze meg, mert egy nagyon interaktív, mozgalmas, modern kiállításról van szó. De hogyan is indult 5 évvel ezelőtt, milyen célokkal hozták létre, műsorunk végén megtudhatják.
Madame Kratsa, bonjour. Après un peu plus de 5 ans de réflexion, de travaux, on arrive aujourd'hui à l'inauguration d'un grand centre de visiteurs, le Parlamentarium. Alors le but, pour finir, c'est quoi? Pourquoi est-ce qu'on a construit ceci?
Le Parlamentarium constitue un élément clé de notre politique de communication avec les citoyens, de notre politique d'ouverture vers la société, vers le monde entier et de transparence, et un appel à faire ensemble la démocratie européenne, à construire ensemble l'Europe.
L'idée, maîtresse, c'est quoi? Avec quelle idée vous avez créé cette exposition? Quelle a été la réflexion première?
Mieux informer les citoyens et leur donner les outils, les moyens de mieux communiquer avec nous. Et je suis sûre qu'il fallait faire cet effort. Un effort qui est accompagné par une expression artistique aussi attirante et agréable en tant que visite, en tant qu'expérience, et à un coût raisonnable par rapport aux autres centres de visiteurs aux États-Unis ou en Europe dans des parlements nationaux.
Alors vous avez parlé du budget, d'abord combien a coûté ce centre et combien de visiteurs est-ce que vous attendez pour les années à venir?
Un coût autour de 20 millions d'euros. Nous attendons plus, nous espérons que 400 000 visiteurs. Et je crois que le Parlamentarium sera un point focal, non seulement pour les institutions européennes, non seulement pour cette expérience de la vie politique européenne, mais pour la ville de Bruxelles elle-même. C'est pour cela que nous avons fait une coopération avec les autorités de la ville et de la région pour mieux promouvoir l'idée, diffuser le message du Parlamentarium et faciliter les touristes de le visiter.
Dernière question, est-ce qu'on y verra des parlementaires également qui viendront se lier aussi aux visiteurs qui viendront ici?
Des parlementaires évidemment, parce que nous avons l'habitude, les parlementaires, d'accompagner nos groupes de visiteurs.
Question pratique, ça s'ouvre quand et combien de fois ce sera ouvert au public?
Il sera ouvert le 14 octobre à 10 h du matin jusqu'à 6 h du soir. Il ouvre ses portes au public et il sera ouvert 7 jours sur 7 de la semaine, et dimanche inclus, je veux dire. Et je suis sûre que les touristes et les citoyens européens vont en profiter.
Merci beaucoup.
Ez volt már a .eu, a Pannon Televízió Európai Uniós magazinműsora. Várom Önöket a jövő héten is, ugyanígy szombaton este 6:30. Viszontlátásra!